Hi everyone, and welcome to our first lab, which is titled Introduction to Coordinate Systems. Because this is a first lab, I want to provide some background information in the form of several slides. We will not have slides like this for the other labs. Instead, the GA for this course will typically film a demonstration of the exercise for you to follow along with. Today we will download a topographic map from the National Map, a site run by the United States Geological Survey. The National Map is a comprehensive website for downloading nationwide spatial data. The data sets available from the National Map include topographic maps, boundaries, hydrography, transportation, and digital elevation models, or DEMs. The National Map is a good place to start when looking for project data. The objectives of this exercise are to identify datum and coordinate system information on a topographic map, and to locate specific landmarks using the three coordinate systems discussed in Chapter 2. As you'll recall, those are the geographic coordinate system, the state plane coordinate system, and the universal transverse Mercator. All three of these coordinate systems are included on the map we'll study for today's exercise. This slide should look familiar to you, as it was also included in this week's lecture. To recap, the three primary coordinate systems are the Geographic Coordinate System, or GCS, the State Plane Coordinate System, or SPCS, and Universal Transverse Mercator, or UTM. GCS refers to the worldwide system of latitude and longitude coordinates. Both latitude and longitude are notated in degrees. SPCS and UTM are projected coordinate systems that are notated in easting and northing values. Because SPCS and UTM are based on projections, the units are two-dimensional units of measurement. For SPCS, the unit is feet. For UTM, the unit is meters. The image on this slide shows the corner of the map that we will download for this exercise. You can see notations for all three coordinate systems. When you answer the questions for this week's exercise, you will want to report the coordinates in a format that looks like the examples on this slide. Let's begin by identifying the geographic coordinate system on our map. First, recall that latitude runs horizontally and longitude runs vertically. In the corners of the map, you will see the full latitude and longitude values. The bottom left corner of the map has the following coordinates: 36 degrees, 7 minutes, and 30 seconds north, and 81 degrees, 45 minutes, and 0 seconds west. Now, the most difficult part of locating coordinates is differentiating between the various tick marks along the border of the map. The tick marks for GCS are the ones that lie mostly inside of the map border. These tick marks are located every 2 minutes and 30 seconds, meaning the latitude or longitude value has changed 2 minutes and 30 seconds from the previous tick mark. The values at the corner of the map are the only ones that include degrees values. You should remember to include these degrees values in the front of your notation for GCS. For example, we see that the next longitude tick mark is labeled 42 minutes and 30 seconds. We already know that degrees value for longitude is 81 degrees. Therefore, the longitude coordinate for that tick mark is 81 degrees, 42 minutes, and 30 seconds west. You'll notice that as we move eastward, longitude values decrease by 2 minutes and 30 seconds. That's because we're moving closer to the prime meridian, and the prime meridian represents 0 degrees of longitude. We also know that as we move northward, latitude values will increase by 2 minutes and 30 seconds. That's because we're moving farther away from the equator, and the equator represents 0 degrees latitude. Let's move on to identifying the state plane coordinate system on our map. Instead of latitude and longitude values, we have northing and easting values. Northing values run horizontally, while easting values run vertically. You'll recall that SPCS is broken into zones. North Carolina only has one zone, and its name is Zone 3200. The tick marks for SPCS are the ones that lie mostly outside of the map border. While the tick marks closest to the southwestern and northeastern corners are labeled, the other ones are not. Because of this, you want to begin by looking at the map as a whole before determining the SPCS coordinates for a given location. SPCS is best explained by looking at an example. The tick marks closest to the bottom left corner are labeled 880,000 feet north and 1,190,000 feet east. The tick marks are located every 10,000 feet across the map. This means that the next easting tick mark is located at 1,200,000 feet east. Though we can't see it in this image, the next northing tick mark is located at 890,000 feet north. Let's move on to identifying the universal transverse Mercator on our map. UTM is the easiest of the three to identify because of the distinct yellow grid lines that run across the map. Like with SPCS, we have northing and easting values for UTM. Northing values run horizontally, while easting values run vertically. You'll recall that UTM is also broken down into zones. This map is in Zone 17S. Again, UTM is represented by yellow grid lines instead of tick marks. Every yellow line is labeled with the northing or easting value. Northing values are in millions, while easting values are in hundreds of thousands. Like SPCS, UTM is best explained by looking at an example. The tick marks closest to the bottom left corner are labeled 3,999,000 meters north and 433,000 meters east. The tick marks are located every 1,000 meters. This means the next easting tick mark is located at 434,000 meters east. The next northing tick mark is located at 4 million meters north. A frequently asked question each semester is, why are two horizontal datums listed on the topographic map? Here I provide some answers from the United States Geological Survey. Datasets included in this map are a combination of WGS-84 and NAD-83 datums. Essentially, the United States Geological Survey feels that WGS-84 and NAD-83 are essentially the same for North America. As a result, combining them into one map is appropriate. You'll recall that both of these datums are geocentric datums, so this makes sense. However, you should keep in mind that all of your datasets should be in the same datum for truly precise analysis. Another frequently asked question each semester is, what is a vertical datum? You'll notice that there is one vertical datum listed on the topographic map. A vertical datum is necessary when a map includes elevation values, such as contours. Vertical datums are just like the datums we discussed in class, except they represent vertical, or z distances, instead of just x and y distances on a plane. You do not need to be familiar with vertical datums for the test, but I do want to make you aware of them.